Hello, hello, Debra from Very Best Little Hair House and the Alternative Hair Alchemist podcast here today with a little video I thought I would explain to you, just as if you were in the shop, because I do explain as we go along. You're not just trying on wigs. I try and teach you what I know. What is the difference between two wigs that kind of look similar but are vastly different price points? And I think that's something that you might, when you're at home, look at pictures of wigs and they all look good, right? Let's talk about some of the differences. Now here I have two wigs. They're similar color but not the same, and color is a non-issue for this video. Today I'm talking about style and construction. Colors we'll cover in a different video. This is Hunter in Rooted Malibu from Tony of Beverly, and I'll explain more as we go along. This is Avery in color 12S28 from Tony of Beverly, two of my favorite colors. But anyway, and also this is a hand-tied Caliente from Beltress. I remember to say all the names of the wigs because sometimes I will get questions afterwards, so that's how you know. And this wig, by the way, is over 6 months old now, and it still looks great. And I don't do a whole lot to my wigs, but I do tell you about rotating them to get extra wear. But I just thought I'd mention that because sometimes I will think, oh man, I just got this wig and look, it's tearing up. And then when I stop to think about it, I got this for a conference in Chicago way back in June. So when you go through June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, and I've worn this almost like every other day. So I just thought I'd throw that out there because I tend to, when I start thinking something, one of the things I've learned to do is step back and look at it logically. But anyway, and also when I start to think things like that, like, oh, this wig tore up so fast, I also try and remember how I felt when I was wearing it. And let me tell you, when you have a hand-tied wig, you will thoroughly enjoy for more reasons than one. And that is one of the things about hand-tied wigs. You've got to really experience a good one on your head to fully appreciate it. Which brings me to, this is very similar. If you were coming through the door and you said, I want a wig with bangs that's shoulder length in kind of a brown shade, what I would do is start with something like this. Now, of course, we measure your head, and measurements are just a guideline. It is, sometimes I will have people measure a certain way, and by trying the wigs on, that's how I know which way to go with fit. There's so many averages out there, but they vary from brand to brand, and then also sometimes from wig to wig within that brand. But I guess that's a whole nother issue for another video. So this is one of my favorites. It's going to be more expensive because it's hand-tied, like I told you about. What that means is the construction of the wig is made that every hair is tied by hand. And it moves exceptionally well. Another thing, if you get in the wind and it's blowing back here, it also looks very natural in the wind. Not that this one doesn't, but these are some of the extra features you can rely on for confidence when you do go the hand-tied route. And I will tell you, in my shop, when I bring similar wigs out, when people get them on their heads, almost always they will go for the nicer wig. But again, another video, or come here yourself and we'll see what you end up liking while you're here. It always amazes me because it's never the wig someone comes through the door thinking they want. But anyway, so the fit on this is going to be extremely light. If you're talking about construction, hand-tied, and not all hand-tieds are the same. Okay, but if you get you a good hand-tied, believe me, it is as light as a feather and you will forget you have it on. But anyway, similar length as this one, beveled ends. And in fact, at Tony of Beverly, they have told me that these are two equivalent styles. Of course, with every wig, you're going to have individual differences. Even if you were to order 3 of these or 3 of these, they're going to be slightly different because a human is involved anytime you've got a production of a wig. So with this one, the construction is classic cap and wefted, which means rows of hair, which, you know, it's this, when you get a good construction on a classic cap wig, it moves well too. By all means, I'm not saying that wefted wigs don't look as good. I'm just saying that's something, it's almost like, you know, with Mini Coopers, you've got to drive one to appreciate it. They can tell you, you can hear the differences all day, but either way. So but this construction ends up being less expensive. Now this one still has the lace front, which means you're going to get that natural appearance if you wear your hair back, although this kind of has a bang to it, so you're probably not going to see that as much. When you wear bangs, you know, the lace front feature, unless you're swooping it up and out of the way, it's probably a feature you can do without. But when you're looking down on the top of the wigs, some people like the hand-tied construction because although this one is made extremely well, there's no permatease or anything like that. But if you want the extra confidence to know that somebody up close or somebody making extreme eye contact is not going to know it's a wig, trust me, I go hand-tied every time. But this is a good start too. And they are different price points. So what I usually recommend is getting one of each, because I make this like my everyday wig, the lesser construction, and for special occasions, I'll wear the hand-tied. That way you can extend the wear of the life of your wigs, but then sooner or later you might get like me and get spoiled and want all hand-tied, but not every wig is available in a hand-tied feature, and some women find the classic construction more comfortable. So again, it's a personal difference. But when you are looking at two wigs that look remarkably similar, and what is the difference? The difference in construction and the materials that it's made of, that makes your hugest difference. So even if, no matter what wig you're getting, when you can see it in person, feel it on your head, you might be surprised at the decision you make because of what you find out you like that you didn't even know until you could try it on. So I have some exciting things coming out this year. I'm going to have a group program that should help you get your confidence up. And you'll be hearing more about that. If you'd like to work one-on-one with me, shoot me a message, give me a call, and we will see about that. So until next time, if this helped you, let me know. Check out the podcast every Wednesday. And until next time, take care.